It is 9 o'clock in Austin, Texas, and also in Wharton, Texas, where we have a brand new repeater online. All amateur radio traffic, please stand by. The Oak Hill Friday Night Trivia Net is about to begin. If there's any emergency or priority traffic, please come with your name and call sign now. You're listening to the Friday Night Trivia Net, brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, call sign N50AK. My name is Rusty, WZ5BBS. I'll be your net control for tonight. I am transmitting from my QTH in Northwest Austin to the flagship 147-320 repeater. And we got it back online, fellas. It is up and kicking thanks to Chris, KV5TX, for making that happen. We also have the entire fleet of Crossroads Ham Radio Club with us tonight. We got every one of their repeaters. So if this is new to you and your radio has been transmitting around trying to figure out what's going on, this is the Friday Night Trivia Net. It's the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, and we're here every Friday at 9 o'clock. So like I was saying, tonight's Trivia Net will be a hybrid net using the N50AK, the KA5D, and the W5LCR. And the W5LCR, that's our Crossroads Ham Radio community. We're using all the repeater systems as well as an online trivia game. We currently have the bingo machine turned on. Well, we'll be shutting that down soon enough. To check into tonight's Trivia Net, all you'll need is a smartphone, tablet, or any computer with a web browser. I'll give you a few seconds to run to your computer or grab your device before we tell you where to go. And while you're doing that, just a reminder to see all the frequencies the Friday Night Trivia Net is transmitting over. Visit n5oak.org, ka5d.com, or crhrc.org. For our Oak Hill Club members, we have our very own Friday Night Trivia Net channel in the Discord, so swing by and join everybody hanging out. We were watching War Games tonight in the video net, so if you were in the Discord, you can hop over to the video net. We got Scott's attention. And we got Sky. Oh my goodness, we got Matt. We got all kinds of people joining in for War Games, and I just fired it up, guys, so get in there and have some fun. So now that you have your device, open a web browser and go to n5oak.org. Click on the little TriviaNet tab. Once you're there, scroll down and click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your call sign and your first name. If your XYL or kids would like to play along, just sign them in from their device. This also applies to all of you that are studying for your license. And if you're studying for your license, we got VE testing this Saturday, tomorrow at 10 a.m. And if you want to learn about that, you can go to n5oak.org and click on the calendar. So if you're studying for your license or if it's time to upgrade, you can do it tomorrow if you're in Austin, Texas. And basically, if you can hear my voice, you're welcome to play in the game tonight, and we would love to see you. Tonight's trivia game will be divided into 4 rounds. Every round contains 10 questions worth 100 points each. Tonight's rounds are as follow. Round 1 is going to be a trivia grab bag. Round 2 is all about McDonald's around the world. Round 3, Steve, this is not for you, but it is for you because it's the history of bourbon. And round 4 is all about Led Zeppelin. And we can't help out in that music round. We got a big old smile on Scott's face. Apparently Scott likes a little Led Zeppelin. After each round, we'll have a short intermission to aid a drink refill and take care of all bodily functions. As always, questions, comments, and friendly taunting are welcome during the game because, you know, it's Friday night. At the conclusion of tonight's trivia game, everyone will get sent home in style by our final elimination round. One wrong answer, and you will be officially done for the night. Make sure you pace yourself on those adult beverages. With all that said, and as a mouthful, I'm going to see if anyone has questions tonight before we get the game going. If you do, please come with your name and call sign now. Well, nothing heard, so it looks like we just started up a brand new game of bingo. So let's go ahead and finish that, throw up the scores and see. Looks like Leslie and Ben are tied. Nope, Ben just hopped into the first place with an extra 5 points. Way to go, Ben. All right, let's get everybody moved over to the official trivia net. We'll get you doing that. It is North versus South, so it's going to ask for your name again. You got to pick North versus South, and we need your call sign as well. So y'all get that done and sign in. We got 13 people hanging out. For those of y'all that are new out at the Crossroads Ham radio territory, North versus South, we usually use the river here in Austin, but we're going to have to figure out how to divide y'all appropriately. And once again, if you'd like to play along tonight, you can join the game at any time. You don't have to wait for a round to be over. Just open a web browser on your smartphone, tablet, or computer and go to n5oak.org and click on the TriviaNet tab. Once you're there, you'll get all the game details, all the fun stuff. You scroll down, there's a big green button down there. Click on the button, and life will be great, and you can come and hang out with us. And of course, every week we give away amazing door prizes for those of you that check in on time. Tonight's prize is a free membership to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Let's spin the wheel and see who the big winners will be tonight. And a big congratulations to all our lucky winners. After the game tonight, head over to n5oak.org and sign up to become a member. We'll have the welcome team standing by waiting to approve your complimentary membership as well as requests to join the Discord community. For those of you who are new and haven't checked into the net before, no worries at all. We're going to run through a practice question real quick just to show you how the game works. All right, y'all be staring at your devices because here we go. Questions will be read over the repeater and displayed on your device. Once the question has been read aloud, the answers will appear. All players will have 15 seconds to make a choice, but the longer it takes to choose an answer, the fewer points you will get. Also, remember to choose wisely, as you only get one shot to answer the question. And once the timer runs out, the correct answer will be revealed as well as what everyone else thought it was. Oh, that didn't work at all. Haha. All right, so there we have it. Now that everybody understands how the game works, let's see who has checked into the net so far tonight. We got 25 people hanging out with us. We got Chris, W5CUY, and Titus and Louise. We got Rick, AI5A, he's in Pallettown. We got Dave and Holly, KI5STT, they're out in Buda. We got Miresto, they're in East Austin. We got Richard, KI5VNK, he's in Rosanke. We got Matt, oh, check it out, K5TMT came to play again. He's up in Leander. Steve, KG5LAA in Burnett, Texas. We got Brian, N5TZV, he's in Louise. We got Aaron, AI5HP, he's down in Buda. We got a Leonard in here, and if we got a Leonard, that means we got a Leslie, KI5NLC, they're in Kyle, Texas. We got Ben and Kent, they're out in Pflugerville. We got Sally, KI5RXT, she's hanging out at the ranch. Good to see you in here tonight, Sally. We got Daniel, W5TAB, he's in Georgetown. We got Mike, W7QAG, he's in Sugarland, Texas. Welcome, Mike, good to see you. We got Trina playing online at Trina and Doug's house, and I got Doug, KG5UNK, he's hanging out on the sofa with me. So you got Doug and I hanging out playing trivia, playing Net Control. Let's say hi to John and Diane, KE5RS. We got the winner, and if that's, I know that's who that is. That's Fart Bucket. So we'll change old Fart Bucket's name. Don't you worry, he'll be none the wiser. We got Bill W5ITZ. He's in Ganado, Texas. How about that, Kent? Maybe I learned something. I hope, anyway. We got Philip, AC5G. He's in East Austin. Thomas, KI5OMW, down in Edna, Texas. And Sky, N5LX, in the shadow of the 320 down in Oak Hill. Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm going to be the reason that Kent drinks, and it's going to be fantastic. All right, we're going to move everybody into round number one. And while we're doing that, we're going to see if anybody has any questions, comments, concerns, or wants to tell me how to talk. Come on the radio with your name and call sign. All right, nothing heard. We're in round number one. It is the trivia grab bag. These are always super fun because you never know where they're going to go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, put your hands on your buzzer. The Friday night trivia net will begin in T-minus 10 seconds. Here we go. Which U.S. state has the longest named capital city? Which one is it? I don't think Scott appreciated that. He has no idea. So y'all are tied with Indiana and Oklahoma. Missouri coming in third. Utah, number 4. So let's see, which U.S. state has the longest named capital city? It's Missouri. Check that out. With 13 letters, Jefferson City, Missouri is the state capital with the longest name. All right, 4 people got that right. Congrats on that one. Question number 2. What company produces goldfish crackers? Looks like we got some goldfish fans. Pepperidge Farm coming in number 1. I'm not even going to name the other 3 because that's correct. Goldfish crackers were invented in Switzerland in 1958 and introduced in the U.S. by Pepperidge Farm in 1962. Question number 3 in our grab bag tonight. In what sport might you use a mashi niblik? All right, so, oh, look, it just, at the very end there, it tied. Polo and badminton, that's where y'all are going with this. Golf and hockey are tied for 3rd and 4th. So the correct one, man, I had no idea what in the world. I just thought this was some stupid name. But it's for golf. So, though the names have largely been replaced by numbers, mashi and niblik are the old terms for golf clubs with iron heads. A mashi closely resembles today's 5-iron, while a niblik was compared to the 9-iron, thus making a mashi niblik a 7-iron. So, there you have it. I feel like a niblik saying that so many times, but I guess that's just me. Question number 4. Which railroad is found between the green and dark blue properties on Monopoly board? Well, let's see. Looking like Pennsylvania is number 1, followed by the short line, the reading, and the B and O. Let's see who it is. It's the short line. Compared to the red associated with the green and dark blue properties, the $200 you might have to pay when landing on short line seems to be quite the bargain. Quite the bargain indeed. So we're at question number 5, which means that we're halfway through round number 1. Let's see how y'all do. What kind of beans are traditionally used in chili con carne and red beans and rice? Well, we had to wait till the end because the numbers kept changing. So pinto beans, number 1 answer, followed by kidney. Nobody picked on fava beans, our Great Northern, even with the Great Chianti. Let's see what it is. It's kidney beans. Check it out. Named for the resemblance to the human kidney beans are commonly used in both chili con carne and red beans and rice. They are also common in Indian cuisine where they are known as rajma. So take some of that. All right, so we're halfway through. Let's fire up the scoreboard and see how everybody's doing. We got Chris, W5CUY, in the number 1 spot. We got Sky in the number 2 spot, N5LX, and Kent in the number 3 spot. Oh, my goodness. All right, well, while y'all are checking out your scores, we got to let everybody know that you're listening to the Friday Night Trivia Net, brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Call sign N5OAK. My name is Rusty, WZ5BBS. I'm your net control for tonight. You can check in to tonight's Trivia Net anytime during the game from your smartphone, tablet, or computer. All you have to do is point your web browser to n5oak.org and click on the Trivia Net tab. Once you're there, scroll down and click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your name and your call sign. And this is question number 6, which means that it's time to take all those points and put them to use. So, for those of you new people, it's time to place your bets. Ain't no beans in the chili. Looks like we're causing some dissent here. So, which of these Civil War battles was won by the Confederacy? I figured this would be good for us.
You need an oops button, N5LX.
N5LX, come back. I caught myself doubling with you, and I didn't hear a word you said.
I was just going to suggest that we should implement an oops button.
Yeah, the oops button. It's called the wrong answer. That's the oops button, unfortunately. So, y'all aren't real sure about this. Everybody's a little bit divided. We got a tie for Fredericksburg and Vicksburg, and then we got Gettysburg and Petersburg coming in 3rd and 4th. Everybody's all tied up, but the only people that are correct are those that picked Fredericksburg. With nearly 200,000 combatants, the most of any Civil War conflict, the Battle of Fredericksburg, December 11th through the 15th in 1862, was one of the war's largest and deadliest encounters. Suffering more than twice as many casualties as the Confederate Army, the Union retreated, failing to capture Richmond, Virginia. All right, so 8 people got that, 33%. Let's see what that did to the scores. That put Sky, N5LX, in the number 1 spot. He got 283 points out of that one. Titus came in second, had 130 points, and Leslie, fellas, Leslie, KI5NLC, is in the number 3 spot. That's a bad sign for y'all. Once she gets into the top 3, it's usually game over. All right, question number 7. What was the last space shuttle introduced by NASA? All right, so before we do this, I've been transmitting on the 320. I've been listening on the 775, and I don't see any packet loss. Like, I think we're doing a whole lot better. So for those of you out there in the Discord land, let me know in Discord that we're getting good audio and we're doing fun, sounding great tonight according to Bill. Philip says we sound great. All right, cool. So, hallelujah. I think we might have fixed the 320. I'm going to knock on wood and Doug's head. All right, so let's see what we got. 42% said the Endeavor. And then we got Discovery, Atlantis, and the Challenger. 42% can't be wrong, can they? No, sir. Y'all are correct. The Space Shuttle Endeavour was launched on its maiden flight on May 7th, 1992, nearly 7 years after Atlantis first took off. Question number 8. What 1988 song of rock band Poison's only Billboard #1 hit? What 1988 song was rock band Poison's only Billboard #1 hit? For some reason that didn't sound right to me. A whopping 70% with Every Rose Has Its Thorn. I'm just going to tell you that that's right. And, yeah, because, I mean, apparently we all knew that. So I'm gonna take a pause here and see if anybody would like to come and sing a little bit of this, maybe off-key, something like that. Anybody, if you want to come and sing this song, the floor is yours. That was the uncopyrighted version right there for Every Rose Has Its Thorn, and we'll leave it at that. Question number 9. With what MLB team did catcher Johnny Bench play his entire career? All right, I would not have known anything here. Y'all are going with the Cincinnati Reds, the Los Angeles Dodgers coming in second, followed by the Atlanta Braves and the Philadelphia Phillies. So where was old Johnny Bench? That seems like a bad name for a baseball player. Let's see. Is it the Cincinnati Reds? Called the greatest catcher in baseball history by ESPN, Johnny Bench played his entire career with the Cincinnati Reds. The team retired his number 5 jersey in 1986, and he was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame 3 years later. All right, question number 10 and the end of this ridiculous round of trivia. Let's see what it says. What was America's first fashion magazine? Well, half of you are going with Harper's Bazaar. Then we got Vanity Fair, Vogue, and Charm. So what was America's first fashion magazine? It was indeed Harper's Bazaar, first published weekly beginning in 1867. Now that is impressive. It started catering to middle and upper class women. Harper's Bazaar was the first fashion and American magazine. All right, let's add up the score and see how everybody is doing. We got Sky N5LX. He's the winner of round number 1. Daniel W5TAB in the number 2 spot. Oh, and look at that, it's trouble. Bill W5ITZ in the number 3 spot. Let's go chat with Sky N5LX. You missed 4 in this one, but you still came out number 1. Well, we heard something, but we didn't get any audio, Sky, so if you receive only tonight, that might be why. But let's give it one more time. N5LX, are you out there?
Can you hear me this fine? 5LX?
There we go. We got you loud and clear, man.
Okay. I pressed the wrong button probably, which is the same thing apparently I did on a couple of these answers. Anyway, Harper's Bazaar, I knew that, but I hit the wrong button. So, but the other ones, I'm just not a golfer, and I like baseball, but I haven't watched a lot of it. And Poison, I heard of them, but I haven't listened to them, so I missed that one too.
Oh yeah, I got to listen to lots of Poison. All right, so Daniel, W5TAB, same thing. You got 6 out of 10 rights. Which ones got you that you thought you just absolutely had? No audio from Daniel tonight. Well, let's go talk to Bill. I know Bill's on. W5ITZ, man, congrats on the number 3 spot.
Hey, Rusty, that was a big surprise, man. I bet everything and lost it on the bonus question, but then had a pretty good comeback. The good thing about it was I was 25% certain on every question.
Oh, Roger. All right, well, now we have that. Let's throw up the North versus the South number and see. Look, we only have 2 teams, which is a whole lot better since we usually end up with 3. We'll probably have one later tonight. The North is ahead, but just barely. 244 points to the South, 232. So the South, man, y'all might be able to do this. You might be able to do this indeed. We'll throw the scoreboard back up, and we got to let everybody know we're going to take a quick intermission so everybody can take care of business. During the intermission, you'll see questions on your screen to pass the time. Voting is optional, but always appreciated. Just a reminder, you can check in to tonight's TriviaNet at any time during the game from your smartphone, tablet, or computer. All you have to do is point your web browser to n5oak.org and click on the TriviaNet tab. Once you're there, scroll down and click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. We got 27 people hanging out with us from coast to Austin, and it's amazing how many people. We're in like 20-something repeaters tonight. So we have more people listening to us. If this is new, welcome to the Friday Night TriviaNet, and we hope to see you in here. Like I said, we got 27 people. We're going to take a quick intermission, so it might get quiet, and we'll see you back here for round number 2. If you have any questions or concerns, please come with your name and call sign now. Well, we are done with our first intermission, so it's time to move everybody into round number 2. I think we picked up 2 people. We got Renee, W5XCW in Rosenberg. Welcome, Renee, to the game. And then it says Chris, so maybe Chris disappeared and came back, I don't know. But we got 27 people hanging out with us. So while y'all are going to move over into round number 2, I guess I should probably go ahead and do that. Round number 2 is all about McDonald's around the world. So it'll be interesting to see how many McDonald's fans we got in the group. And while y'all are getting ready for that and coming back to sit down, we got to let everybody know, and all those new folks that have never heard us before, you're listening to the Friday Night Trivia Net, brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, call sign N5OAK. My name is Rusty, WZ5DBS. I'm your net control for tonight. You can check into tonight's Trivia Net at any time during the game from the smartphone, tablet, or computer. We got 27 people hanging out. We got 3 more rounds to go. So if you're trying to figure out what in the world, all you have to do is point your web browser to n5oak.org and click on the Trivia Net tab. Once you're there, scroll down and click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your name and your call sign. And if you're listening to us online, we're on YouTube streams. We've got this audio going every which way. So if you don't have a license, if you're studying for your license, all we need is your name. My favorite nephew, Fart Bucket, is playing. He's not even listening to me at all. He doesn't care. He just wants to play the game. So come in and play. It's a whole lot of fun. Round number 2 is McDonald's around the world. So y'all get ready, because question number 1's coming up. Okie doke, folks. Let's fire this thing up. In what countries McDonald's can you order a tomato and mozzarella turnover known as a panzerotti? All right, well, Doug said I gave it away by saying it like that. I don't know what he's talking about. Let's see what you think. Italy is where y'all are going. France, number 2. Nobody picked on Spain or Greece. So let's see which is correct. Yeah, it's Italy, resembling a mini calzone. The panzerotti is available at McDonald's locations all over Italy. Question number 2. The gratin croquette burger, available seasonally in Japan, is made with this. A whopping 46% of you went with crab. Sea urchin coming in second, duck, and then chicken. So what in the world is this thing made with? It is indeed crab. Considered a creamy, crispy, cold classic, the Far East McDonald's gratin croquette burger is made from fried crab and macaroni between 2 steamed buns. Barf. Question number 3. Which Asian city's McDonald's boasts inventive menu items like the bacon, macaroni, and cheese toasty and the ham and egg twisty pasta? Man, I could name stuff at McDonald's. So apparently Hong Kong is where it's at. Bangkok coming in second. I think that's where the creme de la creme eat at the McDonald's. And then we got Taipei and Manila. 57% Hong Kong. Is it? It is. Other items at McDonald's locations in Hong Kong include the chicken and egg burger, iced milk tea, and the McFloat. Yeah, I make a McFloat every time I eat at McDonald's. Oh, it's terrible. All right, question number 4. Which of these is not one of the available flavors for McDonald's Japan's Shaka Shaka chicken? All right, sorry, Bill. I couldn't help myself. So let's see what we got here. Looking like powdered cheese. Really? Y'all think powdered cheese? Nowhere near a McDonald's thing. Come on, y'all. American barbecue, red pepper flakes, and tangy mustard. So which of these things is not in this crazy chicken dish? It is tangy mustard. With Shaka Shaka chicken, your flavoring comes on the side. You pour the topping into the bag, close it, and shake, shake, shake until your chicken is coated. Also, there is no tangy mustard to tickle your taste buds. So, tangy mustard, that was the right one. 3 people. Way to go, all of y'all that got that right. Let's see who got that right. Leonard, KI5NLC got that right. And Leslie, Leonard and Leslie, they're scamming over there in the KI5NLC house. And Titus came up with it as well. All right, question number 5, and halfway through our fatty McDonald round. What was the name of McDonald's China's 2012 ad campaign aimed at young urban meat lovers that birthed the mashed potato burger? Oh, this is so stupid. All right, let's see what you got. Y'all are going with Spuds and Studs as the number 1 answer. Feed the Beast coming in second, the Manly Man third, and the Beefcake Bonanza. Yeah, buddy. All right, so let's see. What in the world was it? It was the Manly Man. 5 of you got that right with 2 100% beef patties, otherwise known as all beef patties. Bacon and mashed potatoes. The mashed potato burger was part of McDonald's China 2012 Manly Man campaign. All right, let's see what scores are looking like. Sally, KI5RXT, out at the ranch, knows her McDonald's. And Leonard and Leslie, KI5NLC, and the number 2 and 3 spot. We all check out the scores. And while you're doing that, we're going to let everybody know you're listening to the Friday Night Trivia Net, brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Call sign N50AK. My name is Rusty, WZ5BBS, and I'm your net control for tonight. You can come check in and hang out with us in tonight's Trivia Net anytime, but I mean, we're halfway through round 2, so come on, get in here and do it. You can do it from your smartphone, your tablet, or your computer. All you have to do is point your web browser to n50ak.org and click on the Trivia Net tab. Once you're there, scroll down, click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your call sign and your first name, or just your first name if you don't have a call sign. So while we're letting people check in, we got 26 people hanging out. Renee is our latest check-in. Y'all get ready, because this is where it's time to use those points. Y'all place your bets. Every one of y'all better get this. What is the American equivalent of a Parisian McDonald's Royale with cheese, as explained by Vincent Vega in Pulp Fiction? All right, so let's see where we went with this. The quarter pounder with cheese coming in number 1. Big Mac number 2, and then a tie for the bacon McDouble with cheese and the filet of fish. All right, Pulp Fiction watchers, this is not a big surprise. It's quarter pounder with cheese, as Vincent explains to his partner Jules in Pulp Fiction 1994. Because of the metric system, the term quarter pounder with cheese just wouldn't translate. All right, let's see how many got that. 65%. Let's see who scored did what. That boosted Kent all the way to the number 1 spot. 235 points. Way to go, Kent. Bill, W5ITZ in the number 2 spot. He got 215 points off of that one question. And Leonard, KI5NLC, got 126. Congrats. All right. Question number 7. What European country's McDonald created the French-sounding, artery-clogging cordon bleu burger? %, went with Wales. Finland coming in second. Poland and Ukraine. So where was the cordon bleu burger? It was Poland. Only 4 of you knew that. How's this for heart attack? Bacon, beef patty, and a fried chicken patty stuffed with ham, sandwiched between an onion bun with cheese on top. That is what you are looking at right there. I think they've come up with crazier stuff. But let's see, it doesn't give a year. Yeah, something tells me, what was that crazy thing that KFC came out with no buns? It was just all fried chicken. I think we've topped this by now. Question number 8. Oh, look, there's mayonnaise in there too, just to kind of help take it down. Question number 8. What European country's McDonald's serves the seasonal sandwich with the cult-like following, the McRib, year-round? I love these things, but I only eat them once a year. Germany squeaking out number 1. Great Britain coming in behind. And then we got Spain and France. So where does the illustrious McRib live forever? It is Germany. Check that out. I'm gonna have to go. Now I know where to go if I get a McRib sensation. Question number 9 in this McDonald's round. What was used to make black buns for McDonald's China innovative black and white burgers? I'll check that out. Y'all are thinking squid ink is the right answer. Pumpernickel is coming in second. Food coloring and dark chocolate. Ooh, those are tied for 3rd and 4th. So what makes the black and white burger a black and white burger? It is the squid ink. And according to this, it wasn't even a burger, but it was chicken. So take that. Way to go, y'all. Squid ink. You got it right. Question number 10. McNoodles, with ingredients imported from Thailand, were exclusively served at a McDonald's in this place. Well, the number keeps changing. All right, I think we finally settled down. Austria is the number 1 answer. And then we got Hungary coming in second, and then the tie for Romania and Portugal. So where is the McNoodles? They're in Austria. After developing the recipe for nearly 2 years, McNoodles debuted exclusively at McDonald's restaurants in Austria in 2012. All right, and just like that, we're done with round number 2. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Leslie, what'd I tell you, boys? KI5NLC is the number one spot. Kent, KI5RBT, and Leonard, KI5NLC is in the number 3 spot. Let's go talk to Leslie. Hi, Leslie. How are you? You only missed 2. Which one's got you?
Hi, I'm doing okay. Let me see. I got the macaroni and cheese and ham and egg twisty pasta one wrong. And the Feed the Beast. Or, no, sorry, that's what I answered. But it was the young urban meat lovers question I got wrong. So, yeah, I got everything else right. And I'm surprised because a couple of those I did my old trick. I closed my eyes and just pressed 1, and I got them right.
Well, good for you. I mean, all but 2. So I also have to ask, are you a McDonald's fan, a Burger King fan, Whataburger? Like, which, if you had the fast food burger, where you headed?
Out of those ones, I'd have to say McDonald's. Actually, I'm a big Carl's Jr. fan, but they don't really have those out here. They have more of those towards the West Coast. I know there is one in Austin, North Austin maybe, but I like Carl's Jr. But hey, McDonald's is good too. Yes, all of the above.
Yeah, and you know, Carl's Jr. and Hardee's. I was out of state and ate at Hardee's, and I was really surprised at how good that was. It was kind of a thing, but I'm with Bill, W5ITZ. I'm Whataburger. If I can Whataburger, I'm gonna Whataburger. And we go to Florida every year, and we used to drive, and you could always tell when you were out of Texas because there was no orange and white anywhere. And it was always good to come home. Every time we go to Florida, I come back and I want Mexican food and I want Whataburger. So there you have it. Kent, KI5RBT, he's in the number 2 spot, which is kind of odd for old Kent. All right, so Kent, A, what's your favorite fast food burger? And B, which one's got you?
It's a Whataburger number 2 with extra pickles. The ham and egg twisty got me. The shaka shaka chicken got me. Let's see, the French the artery clogging cordon bleu burger got me, and the annual or the year-round McRib sandwich got me. I've never had a McRib, so you got to tell me, is that any good?
Well, I mean, you know, it's as barbecue as a salad, so, you know, it has a definite taste. I like some convenience store, like the little chicken Crispitos. Like, there's some stuff that would probably, you know, 2 microbes away from killing you. I love some of that stuff, so for that, and once a year, it's great. I have a McBuddy, and it's my best friend's his sister's husband, and we're McBuddies, and so we have every year when the McRib comes out, one of us will find it first, and we will eat it and take a picture as just kind of a ha-ha to the other, and it's just kind of fun. It's something that kind of came out of nowhere, so I have a McBuddy, and because of that, I love the McRib, so there you have it. Let's go talk to Leonard, KI5NLC, same thing, man. What's your favorite fast food burger? And you got 7. Well, just one less than Leslie. Which one's got you, man?
You know, I think if it's going to have to be fast food, it's probably going to be Jack in the Box. You know, another West Coast thing, but I had a 7-Eleven hamburger today, and that did pretty well. Just one. I got the sea urchin instead of the crab for the Japanese croquet burger. And, yeah, I did pretty well this round. You know, you don't get this robust figure like I have without knowing a lot about McDonald's. KI5NLC.
Absolutely, man. I have one across the street, and they do those little survey codes, and I went over there enough so that I could figure out how to come up with the code for the free stuff on the receipt. I did that one week. I was bored, and I was just like, I'm gonna break the code on this thing. So I figured out how the survey things work on the McDonald's. If you ever get the little free visit, you don't even have to do the survey. I can tell you how to make it happen. All right. Well, there's the top 3 for the round. Let's add up everybody and see. Oh, check it out, Leslie, KI5NLC is in the number 1 spot for the trivia net, y'all. Kent, KI5 RBT, and Leslie, you're creaming Kent. Like, you keep doing your thing, but Kent, he's not going to catch you. And we got Bill, W5ITZ. Now, Bill's a couple questions away from beating Kent, so I bet Bill can make that happen. All right, y'all check out your scores and see where you are. Now that you got that all figured out, let's do the north versus south thing. And the south is ahead, 515 to the north, 509. Oh, man. All right. Good for y'all. Good for y'all. Y'all need this one. Y'all absolutely need this. All right. Well, guess what? We're going to take a quick intermission so everybody can take care of business. During the intermission, you'll see questions on your screen to pass the time. Voting is optional, but always appreciated. Just a reminder, you can check into tonight's TriviaNet at any time from your smartphone, tablet, or computer. All you have to do is point your web browser to n5oak.org and click on the TriviaNet tab. Once you're there, just scroll down, click on the big green button. We got 4 minutes. It might get kind of quiet, and then we will come back with round number 3, and round number 3 is all about bourbon. So let's see. I think Steve's in here. Maybe not. Steve, if you're in here, man, this one ought to be for you. We'll see y'all in a bit. Okay, round number 2 intermission is complete. And welcome Thomas, KI5OMW. He's officially in the Discord now. There we have it. This is too cool. It's always fun to see a TriviaNet person come and join us in the Discord, and that way we get to meet you and hang out with you. And Thomas, we got all kinds of stuff in Discord. If you go over to the video nets, we're watching war games. So if you don't even have to turn on your camera, but if you want to come watch some war games while we're playing trivia, you're welcome to come over and do that. We're going to get everybody moved over into round number 3. Round number 3, it is the history of bourbon. This is pretty fun. I've done the Bourbon Trail several times, and man, it's just a lot of fun. All right, so that's me yapping. We got to welcome you back. It's round number 3, and you're listening to the Friday Night Trivia Net, brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Call sign N50AK. My name is Rusty. WZ5VBS, I'm your net control for tonight. You can check into tonight's TriviaNet at any time during the game from your smartphone, tablet, or computer. All you have to do is point your web browser to n50ak.org and click on the TriviaNet tab. Once you're there, scroll down, click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your name and your call sign. We got 27 people hanging out with us. Round number 3 is about to begin. So I'll give you a few more seconds if you're out there and you're clicking away trying to get in here. It's also north versus south, so we use the river here in Austin, but if there's no way to make that happen, just, pick what's inside your heart, I guess, and we can go from there. We only do the north versus south once on the very first Friday of the month. So this is it. The rest of the time, it's just every man for themselves, which it is tonight anyway. But tonight we also get a little north versus south fun, just to have a little bit of extra fun. All right, round number 3, the history of bourbon is coming up. That was for you, Rick. I timed out the repeater. Just for y'all. I know you're out there laughing, so. All right, here we go. Round number 3. Question number 1. What U.S. state is home to 95% of bourbon production in the world? So y'all are going with Kentucky, huh? That's probably a pretty good guess. Tennessee coming in second, followed by West Virginia and Indiana. The correct answer, though, yeah, we got a bunch of drunks in this room. It's Kentucky. That is it. Kentucky houses, all right, y'all get this. They house more aging bourbon barrels. They got 4.6 million bourbon barrels in the rick houses. They got more of those than their entire state population, which is 4.4 million people. So basically, they got more than about, wow, I can't even talk, a barrel per person. That's insane. Question number 2. Which of these bourbon brands is known for their distinctive wax cap? So Maker's Mark, then Jim Beam, then Basil Hayden. Nobody picked on Bullet. The correct answer is Maker's. 75% of you got that. The famous Reg Wax Top was created by Marjorie Samuels, co-founder of the company, who wished to set the bourbon apart from their competition. And if you go to the distillery, you can pay extra and dip your own bottle. It's kind of funny. Question number 3. What do distillers call bourbon that's lost to evaporation during the aging process? So Scott, KI5 OBD, I cannot recommend Kentucky enough. Go look at the Bourbon Trail. There you can go to 100 different distilleries, and you can go hang out and do tours and driving the back roads. It is just beautiful. Kentucky is totally a lot of fun. Go check it out, man. You'll love it. All right, let's see where y'all are in on this. Y'all are going with the Devil's Cut. Oh, it's either the Devil's Cut or the Angel's Share. God's Pour and Satan's Split are tied for third and fourth. That is so funny. All right, so let's see. Did the devil do it or did the angel borrow it? It's the Angel's Share. That's what it is. The Angel's Share is the evaporate that becomes natural side effects after aging bourbon. The Devil's Cut is the bourbon lost to the porousness of the barrel's wood. So there is such thing as the Devil's Cut, but the Angel's Share is what evaporates. Question number 4. What name is commonly given to bourbon that has not been aged? .75% went with White Lightning. White Dog coming in second, then tied with White Heat and White Fire. What is the name that's given to bourbon? It's actually called White Dog. White Dog Whiskey. White Lightning, there's a song written about that, but White Dog is it. And I totally did that to y'all. It was called White something else, but so I wanted to see how many people knew that country song. Question number 5. Which grain must legally make up at least 51% of the mash for distilling bourbon? Looking like corn. We got rye and then barley, and then one person with the rice. So let's see, 51% corn is what it takes to be bourbon. All right, halfway through our bourbon round. Let's see what the scores look like. Sally knows her bourbon. KI5RXT. Kent, KI5RBT is on her heels, and Leslie, KI5NLC, she's still in the top 3. I think you got to do this, Leslie. All right, y'all check out your scores, and while you're doing that, we have to remind everybody that you're listening to the Friday Night Trivia Net brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Call sign N50AK. My name is Rusty, WZ5BBS. I'm your net control for tonight. You can check into tonight's Trivia Net at any time during the game from your smartphone, tablet, or computer. All you have to do is point your web browser to n50ak.org and click on the Trivia Net tab. Once you're there, scroll down and click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your call sign and your name. So it's question number 6 coming up, and you know what that means. It's time to place your bets. All right, here we go. What bourbon label carries an image of esteemed distiller Basil Hayden despite it not being its creator? Well, let's see. Old Granddad coming in number 1. We got Old Taylor and Old Hickory tied for second and third. Nobody picked on Ancient Age. All right, let's see. 45%, are you right? You are correct. While it was not created by him, Basil Hayden appears on the label of Old Granddad Bourbon. Tribute from its creator, his grandson, Raymond B. Hayden. Oh, check it out. All right. So, let's see. How many of you got that one? 45% of you got that. What did that do to our scores? That put Kent in the number one spot. He got 328 points for that one. Leonard, KI5NLC, in the number 2 spot. And David Holly, KI5STT, launching up into the number 3 spot. Oh, man, oh, man. All right, question number 7. What is the name of this drinking glass considered the perfect vessel for enjoying bourbon? Glen Cairn, top answer on the board. We've got the Coupe number 2 and the Sherbert number 3 and the Nicanora number 4. Which one is it? It is the Glen Cairn. The Glen Cairn glass with its rounded bowl and fluted top releases the aroma and flavors of bourbon more effectively than a typical tumbler or shot glass. Question number 8. What distillery is currently the only bourbon producer actually located in Bourbon County? Source of its spirit's name. So y'all are headed over to Knob Creek. We got Buffalo Trace coming in too. Evan Williams. Evan Williams and then Hartfield and Company. So where is the distillery in Bourbon County? It is Hartfield and Company. 2 people got this right. One of those was Leslie, KI5NLC, and the other was Richard, KI5VNK. Let's go chat with Leslie real quick. KI5NLC. Leslie, were you just picking in the dark?
I was. I'd like to say it was because I was a bartender, but I've never heard of that. It was just to close my eyes and pick one.
Well, she got 58 points for that. Richard got 35. KI5VNK. Richard, did you know this one for sure, or were you just guessing?
I was absolutely sure that I was guessing.
Roger. Absolutely on that one. All right, question number 9. Which of these bourbons is featured in the official mint julep served at the Kentucky Derby? Really, man, Wild Turkey just jumped up there. Old Forester was number 1 for a while, but then Wild Turkey, number 1 answer. Old Forester coming in second, Evan Williams third. Nobody picked on Port Eagle Rare. So what are you supposed to put in your mint julep? It's Old Forester. 90, you got that right. For decades, Old Forester has been the bourbon of choice for the Kentucky Derby's mint julep. So much so that the brands even make pre-made bottles of versions of the cocktail. So, Old Forester. I've had plenty of Old Forester. Question number 10, and the end, round number 3. Let's see how we're going to finish this one up. What desirable cultish whiskey was once considered so low quality it was sold in gimmicky bottles shaped like college mascots? Man, it was neck and neck there for a second. All right, let's see. Weller, good old Weller coming in by 3%. 1 vote away from Pappy Van Winkle. We got Booker's number 3 and 4 Roses finishing it up. So, it went from crap to gold. It was Pappy Van Winkle. Up until the early 2000s, Pappy Van Winkle sold for $1,200 a barrel. When the company changed their marketing and released a special family reserve, it worked. And with some single bottles in the 23-year bourbon going for $6,000. And that's cheap. This stuff has been, my buddy is a big bourbon guy, and on the secondary market, man, that stuff is just bonkers. All right, let's see who did what for round number 3. Kent. Kent, KI5 RVT, the number 1 spot. Leonard, KI5 NLC, and Dave and Holly. So nothing much changed since halfway through. Let's go talk to Kent. Kent got 7 out of 10 right. Kent, which one's got you, man?
The Bourbon County did, the White Dogwood did, and the Net Julep. So, yeah. I don't drink that much bourbon, but I like it. I've been wanting to get some Pappy, but, yeah, it's like $3 grand for a bottle, so not going to be happening. I'll spend that on gas or something. KI5 RBT.
Yep, I feel you on that one. Well, let's go talk to Leonard, KI5 NLC. Are you a bourbon man? And which one of these surprised you that you didn't make?
You know, Rusty, the one that really surprised me was definitely the White Lightning. Leslie told me that I was wrong after I put my answer down, so I'm a little mad about that. But, you know, I really wish I could be at the distillery because, you know, if you know Pappy Van Winkle, you know the stories of guys walking off with bottles. And if I could walk off with a bottle of Pappy Van Winkle, I'd be a pretty happy camper. KI5 NLC.
Yeah, so I got to go on a ghost tour of that distillery when we were there, and it was just like totally like happenstance, you know, and it was just like, oh wow, we were there and it happened and we signed up. And I mean, I grew up in a ghost town, and I will tell you, I wanted the lore, I wanted the fun, but it was just stupid. Like it was just stupid. So we were there, and that was it. But yeah, Pappygate is a good. There's also Pappyville. If you want a good book, it's about the guy that created it. It's a lot of family business, family stories tied into it between he and the author. So if you're looking for a good book to read and you're a bourbon person, Pappyville. It's great. The chapters are short, so you will feel completely. What we got here? The Great Reset. Oh, there we go. That's what Scott's reading. Yeah. So if you want to read about bourbon, Pappyville, it's the way to go. All right. Let's see. We got to talk to Dave and Holly. KI5STT. They got 4 wrong. They got 6 out of 10 right. So let's go talk to Dave and Holly and see which one surprised them that they missed.
Well, it was obviously the White Dog. Also, the distillery bourbon. KI5STT.
Roger. Well, there you have it. All right, so that is the end of round number 3. Let's add up all the scores, see how we're doing for the Friday Night Trivia Net as a whole. We've got Leonard and Leslie in the top 2. Check it out. Leonard, KI5 NLC in the number 1 spot with 1,409 points. Leslie, KI5 NLC in the number 2 spot with 1,383 points. And Bill, W5ITZ in the number 3 spot with 1,103. All right, Leslie, I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you. 1409 to 1383. You can totally make this happen. All right, not to take away from that, though, we got to see how the North and the South's doing. We've got a third team. Hallelujah. I hate these game developers. The South, number 1 at 711. The North, the second, well, this is the third at 600. We're going to figure out where those third teams are. I think Kent says he's the third team. I don't know if he's joking or not, but we'll see if we can't figure out who's what and fix that and figure out where those points go. Every time it happens, every time it just pisses me off here. We're just going to take it off the screen. All right, poof, it's like it didn't even happen. All right, we're going to take a quick intermission so everybody can take care of business. During the intermission, you'll see questions on your screen to pass the time. Voting is optional, but we'd love to see the scores. Don't kid yourself. Just a reminder, you can check into tonight's TriviaNet anytime during the game from your smartphone, tablet, or computer. All you have to do is point your web browser to n5oak.org and click on the TriviaNet tab. Once you're there, scroll down, click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your call sign and your first name. We got 28 people hanging out with us tonight. We got one more round. If you want to get in, now's the time. If you have any questions or concerns, please come with your name and your call sign now. I'm chatty tonight, apparently. That's the second time I'm timing out the repeater. Well, we hope you got your glass topped off, or whatever it is you needed done, because the round 3 intermission's over, and it's time to move everybody into round number 4. We got that moving over. Everybody is shifting over into that. I think I fixed our north versus south. I think I got rid of the third team, and I think Dave and Holly were one of them, and Kent, I believe you were correct, you were one of them as well. So now everybody's on the north and the south, I think. We'll figure that out after our first question. We'll throw that up and see if we got rid of the third point. So, for those of you that have no idea what we're talking about, you're listening to the Friday Night Trivia Net, brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Call sign N5OAK. It's the North versus South, and we also had a third team in there as well, because these people are incredibly lazy when it comes to the team advancing rankings, apparently. My name is Rusty, WZ5BBS. I am your net control for tonight. You can check into tonight's Trivia Net anytime from the game, but man, it's round 4. We got 10 questions. It's all about Led Zeppelin. So if you're out there and you know about Led Zeppelin, it is time to get in here. We got 29 people hanging out with us. All you have to do is point your web browser to n5oak.org and click on the Trivia Net tab. Once you're there, scroll down, click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your name and your call sign. Led Zeppelin is coming up, round number 4. We got 10 questions. We think we fixed the game and got all the points where they're supposed to be. We're not 100% on that, but we are 100%. The question number 1 is coming up next. Okay, here we go. Question number 1. What legendary British drummer allegedly inspired the band to call themselves Led Zeppelin? Let's see, 58% went with Keith Moon. Is that right? It is. The story goes that the Who drummer Keith Moon said that Jimmy Page's new group would go down like a lead balloon. After some tweaking, the name Led Zeppelin was born. All right, so let's do this. We're going to put up the scoreboard because we can. Philip got that one right the most. And let's see, North versus South, look at that. I got it back to 2. All right, so let's put everything together, and the South is ahead 746 to the North 636. All right, hallelujah, guys. We gotta figure it out. I figured out how to be smarter than the people that make the game. Yay! All right, so let's get rid of all of that, which takes us back to that in question number 2. Led Zeppelin was originally known as the New Blank. Half of you exactly said Yardbirds, followed by Faces, Animals, and Hollies. So what were they known? They were the new Yardbirds. Jimmy Page was one of 3 legendary guitarists, the other 2 being Jeff Beck and Eric Clapton, to play with the Yardbirds. When that band broke up, Page then formed the new Yardbirds, ultimately changing the name to Led Zeppelin. All right, question number 3, and Aaron, AI5HP, tell him CRHRC.org. That will get him to any of the Crossroads repeaters, CRHRC.org. All right, question number 3. Which of these songs is not on Led Zeppelin's 1969 self-titled debut album? Well, it was a tie between Ramble On, Dazed and Confused, Good Times, Bad Times coming in third, and Communication Breakdown four. So which of these songs is not on Led Zeppelin's 1969 self-titled debut album, Ramble On? Ramble On appears on the band's second album, Led Zeppelin 2. It came out in 1969. All right, question number 4. What was Led Zeppelin's highest charting single, which peaked at number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100? Whole Lot of Love, number 1 on the answer list. Black Dog coming in second. Then we got a tie for Rock and Roll and When the Levee Breaks. So what was the number 1, number 4 for the Led Zeppelin? Whole Lot of Love. Led Zeppelin's highest charting song is 1969's Whole Lot of Love, which peaked at number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100. All right, question number 5 on our Led Zeppelin round. Which of Led Zeppelin's albums contains the epic and often derided classic Stairway to Heaven? So y'all are going with Led Zeppelin 4. We got 2 and 3, but they didn't. House of Holy came in second. Led Zeppelin 2 third. Nobody picked on the third. The correct answer, yeah, y'all got it, 63%. At nearly 8 minutes long, the 1971 classic Stairway to Heaven was featured on the band's untitled 4 studio album, typically known as Led Zeppelin 4. All right, so we're halfway through. Let's fire up the scoreboard. Sally, KI5RXT, is our Led Zeppelin queen. Thomas, KI5OMW, in the number 2 spot. Thomas just joined us on Discord, too. And Sky, N5LX, is in the number 3 spot. Y'all check that out. We're going to tell everybody listening that you're listening to the Friday Night Trivia Net, brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Call sign N5OAK. My name is Rusty, WZ5BBS. I am your net control for tonight. You can come hang out with us. You can check into the Trivia Net at any time. We got 5 questions left, so you better do it. All you have to do is point your web browser to n5oak.org and click on the Trivia Net tab. Once you're there, scroll down, click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your call sign and your first name. And we got Ray. Ray was talking to Aaron, and Aaron is talking to Ray. We're going to see if maybe Ray can listen to the Trivia Net on the beach. That's just going to be pretty freaking awesome. So while we're figuring that out, all those points over there, y'all put them to good use. Y'all place your bets. All right, here we go. Which classic literary work features the locale that inspired Led Zeppelin's Missy Mountain Hop? So I think I hear somebody trying to break in. It could be just some wishful thinking. But Ray, if that's you, you're barely opening up the repeater. We're getting no audio. So stand on the table or turn up the wattage if that's you. Well, I guess must have been a wishful thinking. All right, so let's see. Where are we? The Hobbit. The Hobbit, 71%. All right, let's just see if that's right. That is correct. The most common interpretation of the song's title involves a reference to the Misty Mountains in J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit. It came out in 1937. 71% of you got that right. What did that do to our scores? There's a lot of green. Sky, N5LX got the most green, though. 264 points on that one question. Kent, KI5RVT with 254 points. And Leslie, KI5NLC with 251 points. There's your top 3 players. Let's see what the remaining 4 questions will do to these folks. Question number 7. What Led Zeppelin song begins with "Spend my days with a woman unkind, smoked my stuff and drank all my wine"? Number 1 answer on the board is "Going to California." And then we got "Fool in the Rain," and then a tie for "Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You," and "Over the Hill and Far Away." So let's see, what were these lyrics in? It was "Going to California." The folk-inspired "Going to California" from the 1971's Led Zeppelin 4 begins with those lyrics. Question number 8. What Led Zeppelin bandmate dabbled in the occult, even purchasing the former estate of renowned occultist Aleister Crowley? Well, we got to light up all the buttons. Jimmy Page maintained number 1 the whole time through, though. Robert Plant coming in second, John Bonham third, and John Paul Jones number 4. Which one was it? It was Jimmy Page. 1973, Jimmy Page bought the Boleskine House in Loch Ness, Scotland, formerly owned by the famous occultist Aleister Crowley. The house had fallen into disrepair, and Page spent little time at the estate. Question number 9 in our Led Zeppelin round. During recording sessions for the 1976 studio album Presence, Robert Plant sang many of his vocals from this. So y'all think that it was from a wheelchair. A psychiatric facility coming in second, quarantine third, and prison number 4. So in 1976, where was Robert Plant? He was in a wheelchair. That's where he sang the majority of the lyrics for that album. Question number 10 and the end of round number 4. What is the title of Led Zeppelin's 8th and final studio album? In Through the Outdoor is in the number 1, and then we got a tie across the board for the other 3. Let's see if y'all are right. 45%, you are correct. In Through the Outdoor, recorded in just 3 weeks at ABBA Polar Studios in Sweden. 1979, In Through the Outdoor was the last Led Zeppelin album released before drummer John Bonham's death in 1980, which led to the dissolution of the band. All right, we're done with round number 4. Let's see how we did. Leslie, KI5NLC in the number 1 spot. Sky, N5LX in the number 2 spot. And Kent, KI5RBT in the number 3 spot. Oh, man, Ray, how could you not put up your UHF-VHF antenna? Oh, we have a repeater for you to listen to, man. All right, let's go talk to Leslie, KI5NLC. She got 7 out of 10. Which one's got you, Leslie?
I got the name of Zeppelin's 8th and final album, and then which album Stairway to Heaven was on, and then which charted at number 4 on the Billboard. I'm a big fan of Led Zeppelin as much as a 30-year-old millennial can be, and oddly enough, I'm wearing a Led Zeppelin t-shirt today, so I got pretty hyped when I heard what this round was going to be, so I'm excited. I did really good. But yeah, I'm not too well versed on which song is on which album or, whatever, but I found them all the way back in high school, and I just fell in love with them, and yeah, so really excited.
Well, good for you. You and your Led Zeppelin, you knew. You were in tune with the trivia net tonight. All right, Sky, N5LX, are you a Zeppelin fan? It looks like you only missed 2. Which one's got you?
Hey, man, N5LX. Leslie definitely deserves to win this one if she's got a Led Zeppelin t-shirt. I used to listen to them when I was in high school, but I didn't listen to them until my mom bought the album for me. But anyway, I missed the Wheelchair and Ramble On. I should have gotten the Wheelchair because the other answers were kind of silly, but that's the one I got wrong.
Well, very cool, man. Yeah, it's always easy once you know the answers, right? That's always a getter. All right, KI5 RBT, you're in the number 3 spot. You got half of them right. Are you a Zeppelin fan? Were you just guessing? Tell us where you were on this.
Yeah, I'm a big Zeppelin fan. I was having a conversation with Ben at the same time, so I was a little split in my attention. I missed half. I don't even need to go through it, but I love Zeppelin. Always have. KI5 RBT.
Ben, don't let him say that you were distracting him. You can't be the excuse on that one. There's no way. He just didn't know anything, did he, Ben? That's really all there is to it. All right. Well, there you have round number 4. Let's add up all the scores and see who won the Friday night trivia net. It is Leslie, KI5 NLC, in the number 1 spot with 2,168 points. We got Leonard, KI5 NLC, he's in the number 2 spot, and Scott, KI5 OVD, in the number 3 spot. How'd you do that, man? 1,596 points. Check it out. All right, let's go talk to Leslie, KI5 NLC, and see what's going on for your weekend, for this Labor Day weekend of yours.
Well, this weekend is our 1-year wedding anniversary, so we got married this weekend, Saturday, a year ago. We're going to go out to dinner with Leonard's parents in New Braunfels, and then last weekend we stayed out in an extreme camping spot, so that was our little celebration. But this weekend is just hanging out and celebrating and enjoying our home and just doing stuff. He's on call, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. It's all good. So yeah, we're gonna have a good weekend.
Well, it sounds like it, and happy anniversary. Congratulations to both of you. Let's go talk to your uglier half, Leonard, KI5 NLC. Congratulations, Leonard, on the number 2 spot. And so yeah, it sounds like you're going to be having some fun this weekend, and congratulations on your anniversary.
Yeah, well, thank you, Rusty. Yeah, she's put up with me for 362 days so far, so I think we've got a good streak going. I'm happy that it's been the best year of my life, so it's been pretty awesome, and yeah, being on call is fun, but we're gonna have a great weekend, and, she beat me on the Led Zeppelin round. I'm more of a Metallica guy, but hopefully that'll pop up here pretty soon, KI5 NLC.
Well, there you have it. She beat you in life and in marriage. It's just the way it is. But every weekend y'all come in here, you're always happy and excited to be doing something. So it's good to have you in here. Happy anniversary. And yeah, being on call sucks, but it's just part of life, unfortunately. So we'll make it through it. Scott, KI5 OBD, in the number 3 spot. Scott, happy Labor Day weekend, man. What you doing?
Happy Labor Day weekend, Rusty. Happy Labor Day weekend, everybody on the net. I'm on call too. Thanks for reminding me. I don't anticipate any calls this weekend. I don't think anybody wants to work any more than I do. over the holiday. But this weekend I have committed to an unpleasant chore, and that is the shed in the backyard and clearing it out. It is filled with my late mom's and great aunt's stuff that nobody. Yeah, I gotta get rid of 95% of it, but there are some valuable things in there. I have to go through a lot of stuff, and it's been a home to squirrels for several years, that shed. So they've been living in there, so it's not it's filthy. So I got to get out there this weekend. So that and gonna try to relax and goof off somewhat over the weekend. But yeah, happy weekend, y'all. AI5OBD.
Yeah, that sucks. I know how it is going through and trying to figure out what's good and what's bad. So good on you, man. And you got a 3-day weekend to make it happen and poop on, being on call. So good for you, man. Hopefully nobody calls you. Let's go talk to Sally, KI5RXT. Congrats, Sally, on being number 4. What's going on out at the ranch this Labor Day weekend?
Hey, Rusty, everybody on the net. Well, I guess it must be shed in the backyard cleaning season because I am doing the same thing that Scott is. And it is also brush clearing season here at the ranch. It has commenced as of September 1st. So it's playing with chainsaws again. And we do have some rain coming, so I've been burning some stuff. And hopefully we will continue with this wet weather pattern because we sure do need it. But yeah, I'm gonna take off Sunday, which is my first as my holiday. Typically on Sundays, so I'm gonna just be doing a whole bunch of working and maybe a little bit of relaxing starting tonight with the Friday night trivia net. Appreciate you running the net, Rusty. It sure does seem like a lot of work, but it is a lot of fun, so we appreciate it. Back to you, KI5RXT.
Well, thank you very much. I didn't realize how hard it was until I tried to teach it to somebody else, and I guess I've been doing it for a year, so it's all very natural to me. But, well, yeah, you're my kind of gal. Anybody that takes time off to go work and clean out the sheds, that's the way we grew up for sure. And I've cleaned out a whole lot of sheds and all kinds of stuff. We used to have to grub mesquite trees out at the ranch, and that was the worst. And the wet weather was always the best because you couldn't just cut them off at the bottom because those little suckers would grow back. So you had to get an axe and get them out, and it was painful and a lot of sweat involved. So I feel you on clearing brush. It's no fun. But happy Labor Day to you, and hopefully we'll see you here next Friday. Let's go talk to Sky N5LX. He is our fox hunt extraordinaire. He loves putting out the foxes. Sky, what are you doing this weekend, man?
Hey, man, N5LX. Well, I finished my radio desk last week, and so I'm populating it with some pretty cool gear, but unfortunately one of the things I got, a tuner's not working, so I'm going to shoot that, and then maybe call some friends and hang out. We'll just hang out and play pool and, backyard barbecue and stuff like that. That's about it. Oh, the other thing I was going to ask, if anybody wants to, like, do a fox hunt on Sunday, I can put one out.
Yeah, maybe so. I'd throw it out in the Fox Hunt channel and see. I know it's supposed to be rainy this weekend, so that may or may not, get people out there. But yeah, man, I'm not going to be able to do it, but that doesn't say anything. So go throw it out on the Fox Hunt channel and see. Let's go talk to Kent, KI5RBT, and see what he and Ben have going on up in Pflugerville this weekend.
At this point, I have no earthly idea other than working on that special project for you. I may work from my office if I get a chance. AI5 RBT.
Roger, and I saw your messages on that, so I'll get back to you. Steve, KG5LAA and the number 7 spot. Steve, what's going on this weekend, man?
Good evening, Rusty, and everyone on the net. I hope everyone's having a wonderful evening. I know I am. Let's see. Although recently we didn't get nearly as much rain as everyone else did, we still got enough to grow certain patches of grass, so I'm going to have to at least bust out the weed eater, if not the lawnmower, and actually push it around for a change. Haven't really had to do much of that at all this year, so going to catch up on that. That's about it. KG5LAA, back to net.
Yeah, I'm debating on when it's time to mow, and I have decided that it'll be next week's problem, and maybe the week after that. I'm lucky. My neighborhood, they don't care if your grass is dead or if it's as tall as you are. Just, as long as you're friendly, that's really all they care about. As it should be, right? Bill, W5ITZ in the number 8 spot. Bill, what's going on in your neck of the woods this weekend?
Hey, Rusty. Had a good game tonight. A lot of fun. Well, I got all of the yard work done today before the rain sets in, starting tomorrow. And then we have kids and grandkids coming in for the holiday weekend, so looking forward to it. Back to net control, W5ITZ.
Roger, man. I love that you get to spend so much time with the grandkids. And thanks again for linking up all the repeaters, man. I think this is, I don't know if this is a one-time thing, but I think we should do it every weekend. Let's go talk to Chris, W5CUY. Chris, what's going on out where you live this weekend?
Well, good evening, Rusty. Hopefully some rain is going to be going on. We've been getting it finally, and we need some more, so we'll be looking forward to it. If it's going to hold out until tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to try to climb the tower and do some antenna maintenance. Other than that, we're just going to be hanging out with the family and chilling and watching the grass grow. I like your comment about mowing later on. That's the beauty of procrastination. You always have something to do later. W5CUY, back to net.
Yeah, amen. Well, and especially with the grass, it's supposed to, according to the weather people, and they lie every day, but I always listen to them when they tell me it's going to rain, because that means I don't have to do anything in the yard. But yeah, so we'll see how it goes. Hopefully we all get a little bit of rain. Let's go talk to Aaron, AI5HP. What's going on this weekend, Aaron?
Hey, Rusty. Aaron here. Here, trying out my new antenna, courtesy of Ray. I'm still on an HT, but I got a real antenna. Right now, it's a semi-permanent setup, so I might try to make it more permanent, or just work out the logistics. But I wanted to have it up in time for Friday night trivia, which we got it up and we got it going, so that's fun. And maybe do a little barbecuing as well this weekend. So yeah, antennas and barbecue. What else could you ask for, man? AI5HP, back to net.
That sounds like a great weekend to me for sure. And dude, your setup sounds good. You're full quieting on the repeater. I could hear everything you said, so that antenna's doing you good, man. Even if it is a HT, you're coming in like a base unit. So good on you for that. All right, well, there's the top 10 people in tonight's Friday Night Trivia. Now, we have 31 people hanging out with us tonight to play. We're going to move everybody into the elimination round. So if you've never joined us before, we got one more round we're going to send you home with. The Trivia Net is completely over, but the elimination round is kind of our fun way of saying goodnight. You don't have to answer these quickly. You just got to be right. And the first time you're wrong, man, we're going to send you packing. So make sure you read the question and the answers and everything. Take your time. You got 15 seconds, just like before, But this time, the first one you miss, man, you're done for the game. We got everybody moved in. We're going to let the repeaters take a quick breath, and we will come back with the elimination round. And right back at you. All right, let's see what we got. Question number 1 in tonight's elimination round. What material is still the most popular and cheapest to use for producing fishing line? You better get this right, Ernesto. So let's see what you think. We got some people going with nylon, 81% of you. Acrylic coming in second, vinyl third. Nobody picked on acetate. Let's see. Nylon is correct. 81% of you are right on that. So let's see what that means. We have 17 survivors, and we're going to have to say goodnight to Renee, W5XCW. Oh, Leonard and Leslie both got this one wrong. KI5NLC, happy anniversary, you two. We'll see you next Friday. And Chris, W5CUY. We've got 17 survivors left. See what question number 2 is all about. What NFL team plays its home games in the stadium known as the Superdome? Survey says New Orleans Saints coming in at number 1, followed by the Atlanta Falcons. Nobody picked on the Colts or the Vikings. So let's see, 88%. Are y'all wrong? You are not. You are not wrong. It is them indeed. So that's 14 survivors. We got 12 eliminated. We got to say goodnight to Mike, W7QAG, Thomas, KI5OMW, and Miresto. Good night, Miresto. KI5SYX and KI5PZN. All right, question number 3. Which common household condiment is aged in used bourbon barrels before bottling? Number 1 answer, Worcestershire sauce. Tabasco sauce coming in second, Sriracha third. Nobody picked on Cholula. All right, 62% of you, man, y'all can't be wrong. But you are. It is Tabasco sauce. Tabasco sauce is made in New Orleans with pepper, salt, vinegar, and water, and it gets its distinct flavor by aging in used bourbon barrels that have been decharred. All right. Oh, man. So we're down to 4 people. I got to say goodnight to a lot of people. But check it out, man. So let's see. We got John and Diane, KE5RS. Good night, y'all. Dave and Holly, KI5STT. Late Rob. Good night, Late Rob. We got Sally, KI5RXT. Good night. Bill, W5ITZ. Titus, Richard, KI5VNK. Brian, N5TZV. Scott, KI5OBD. And Philip, AC5G. Good Lord. So we're down to 4 people. Kent, Steve, Sky, and Aaron. Let's see how question number 4 treats them. All right, here we go. In what European country did Lego begin manufacturing their unique plastic construction blocks in 1949? So let's see, is it Denmark or Germany? Denmark seems to be high on the list, is that right? It is indeed. All right, so we're down to Kent, Steve, and Aaron. We got to say goodnight to Sky, N5LX. Oh, man, we're down to 3 people. Who's going to win? Who's going to win? Question number 5. What antibiotic was produced by bourbon distilleries to aid in the war effort during World War II? So it's down from penicillin to tetracycline. 67% with penicillin. Let's see, are they right? They are right indeed, which leaves us down to 2. It's down to KI5RBT and KG5LAA. We got to say goodnight to Aaron, AI5HP. All right, Kent and Steve, let's see how you do at question number 6. What Hollywood legend starred in this final film role opposite Olivia Newton-John in the 1980s musical fantasy Xanadu? Let's see, they went with Gene Kelly. Gene Kelly, was that right? Oh, it is. All right. Still down to Kent and Steve. Let's see, question number 7. Where was the royal wedding of Prince Charles and Princess Diana held in July 1981? Oh, here we go. It's a 50-50. Somebody's right, somebody's wrong, or both of them are wrong. Which one is it? Is it Westminster Abbey or St. Paul Cathedral? The correct answer is St. Paul Cathedral. St. Paul Cathedral is where it was, which makes Steve, KG5LAA, the number 1 winner in tonight's elimination round. And we got to say goodnight to Kent, KI5RBT. So congratulations, Steve, KG5LAA. You won the elimination round tonight.
Well, thank you very much, Rusty. It was a good bunch of questions you had in that last round there, and 4 guesses on my part. I'm not going to say it wasn't, but it was a lot of fun playing tonight. KG5LAA, back to net.
Well, man, good job. And it doesn't matter if you're guessing as long as you're guessing right. So you did well. Well, that's going to do it for tonight's Friday Night Trivia Net. We hope y'all had a good time hanging out. The Friday Night Trivia Net is a service of the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, call sign N5OAK, and made possible through the generosity of people just like you. For more information on the club, becoming a member, or to learn how you can donate, visit us online at n5oak.org. We also have some new people coming in on Discord, so we got the welcome committee. They're standing by, and we got some people to approve. I'd also like to thank Kyle, KA5D, and the Crossroads Ham Radio Club, especially tonight, for linking up all their repeaters in the system tonight. If you'd like to see all the fun things they're up to, or just want more information about the KA5D or the W5LCR repeaters, visit them online at ka5d.com or crhrc.org, respectively. Before you close your web browser, stop by and check out the BB. That is my absolute pride and joy. We got all kinds of fun door games, Legends of the Red Dragon, Trade Wars, you name it. Go have some ANSI fun. We also have the TriviaNet player rankings, stats, net logs, net check-ins. Everything can be found on the website, so go poke around before you leave. So don't forget, this weekend, the Austin Club is doing test sessions, so if it's time to get your license or time to upgrade, you can totally make that happen. All the details are available on our calendar at n5oak.org. While you're there, you can read up on the Wind Down Net. It's every Sunday at 7:30 p.m. here in the KA5D system. The Wind Down Net is brought to you by Miresto, KI5PZN, and KI5SYX. I'm going to see Philip, AC5G, and Ernesto, KI5PZN. We're going to be VEs at the testing site tomorrow, and I think Jeffrey's coming down to get his general and maybe hopefully his extra. So, yeah, if you're in Austin, every other month they're going to start doing this, and hopefully the club's VEs will step in and help out the Austin club as well. That'd be super fun. So we will see you tomorrow if you're upgrading your license. This is WZ5VBS, and it's time to bring tonight's Friday Night Trivia Net to a close. I'm going to signal all the repeaters to switch back into regular amateur use. And while they're doing that, I'd like to thank y'all for inviting me into your home tonight. Y'all have a great weekend and be safe. Happy Labor Day. Happy anniversary, Leonard and Leslie. We'll see you right here next Friday night for the Oak Hill Friday Night Trivia Net. 73, y'all.
WZ5VBS, KI5NLC.
Yes, ma'am.
We just wanted to thank you. We have such a fun time. We look forward to our Fridays, and you're a big part of that. So we just want to say thank you. Thank you for your hard work and your time dedicated to doing Friday Night Trivia, KI5NLC.
It is my pleasure. I was talking to Doug about that earlier, and I told him, I was just like, I didn't know if anybody was going to play this or do this. I was just hoping for 3 people, and that's why I talk a lot during, because I was like, I'm going to be talking to myself for like the first 6 months. Nobody's going to do this. So I love that y'all come and hang out with me on Friday. It's definitely a lot of fun for me to come up with all the different things and all the different categories, and just get to see y'all. We average like 30 to 35 people every week, and it's a great group of people. So mouths off. And y'all have a great weekend. We'll see y'all later.
N5TXR. W5NDS N5TXR. KA5D N5TXR. N5TXR clear.
AI5A AllStarLink, monitor mobile.